Lesson 265. Creation's gentleness is all I see.
Hi there. Are you interested in starting to manifest the world you experience every day in a much gentler and kinder way today? Alright, let's dive into what Lesson 265 has for us.
Creation's gentleness is all I see.
I have indeed misunderstood the world, because I laid my sins on it and saw them looking back at me. How fierce they seemed! And how deceived was I to think that what I feared was in the world, instead of in my mind alone. Today I see the world in the celestial gentleness with which creation shines. There is no fear in it. Let no appearance of my sins obscure the light of heaven shining on the world. What is reflected there is in God's mind. The images I see reflect my thoughts. Yet is my mind at one with God's. And so I can perceive creation's gentleness. In quiet would I look upon the world, which but reflects your thoughts, and mine as well. Let me remember that they are the same, and I will see creation's gentleness.
In other words, sometimes we think that the world is mean, scary, or unjust, a gloomy place where it seems impossible to find happiness and fulfillment. But it's essential to remember that, first of all, our reality is shaped by our perceptions, and our perceptions can be misleading. Secondly, projection comes before perception. This is a foundational principle in A Course in Miracles. What we see in the world outside is a reflection of our internal thoughts and beliefs. In other words, the world mirrors back to us what we hold inside. So, what we fear is not outside, but inside our minds. Our minds are the source of our experiences. This principle spans from how we perceive and interpret events, which are inherently neutral, to the outright manifestation of our reality based on our inner beliefs and feelings. Additionally, always remember what we've emphasized in our recent lessons. It's as if we're living in two worlds. One is perceived by our senses and rooted in ego-based projections, while the other is revealed to us by the Holy Spirit. One is an illusion, the other is the real world, which is a reflection of God's love. But remember, we can see only one world at a time.
Lesson 130. It is impossible to see two worlds.
When we say, creation's gentleness is all I see, we take our stance to affirm the other world, the one that is beyond what we see with our physical eyes. We claim a world of kindness and love, with no fear in it, where the light of heaven shines through. We claim the world that is reflected in the mind of God. We align our thoughts with God's, and in doing so, we perceive the gentleness of creation. Let's be still for a moment and realize that our true thoughts are indeed aligned with the mind of God, and the world we see can only reflect these thoughts that are ours and God's as well.
Lesson 106. Let me be still and listen to the truth.
Let's do this, and we will have a different day today. Let's do this, and the world we see will change.
Creation's gentleness is all I see.
Creation's gentleness is all I see.
Creation's gentleness is all I see.
Isn't that a powerful thought? Aren't you seeing more and more signs these days that when we change the way we see the world, our experience of the world we see changes as well? Keep practicing your meditations morning and evening. And remember to pause every hour to recall today's idea. Should you feel tempted to fall into your ego projections and focus on the illusory world today, just remind yourself.
Creation's gentleness is all I see.
And as we continue in the section What is the Body, today's lesson teaches us that the body's perception can project fear and guilt onto the world. When we lay our own illusions of sin upon the world, we misunderstand and see only harshness and separation. But by choosing to see with the mind united with God's, we perceive the world through the gentleness of creation, free from fear and judgment. This shift in perception allows us to see past the body's illusions and recognize the light of heaven shining on everything, reflecting the true gentleness and love of God. But if you've missed the introduction video to this section, watch out for the link that'll pop up on your screen at the end of this video. Or check the video description below for the link to section 5.
Creation's gentleness is all I see.
Creation's gentleness is all I see.
Creation's gentleness is all I see.
You're doing an amazing job. Remember, with each lesson, we're getting closer and closer to a new and fulfilling life, the one we were really meant to live. See you tomorrow for another enlightening lesson. Quick note before you go. Making these videos is a labor of love, but it's still financially challenging. If you've found value in what you've watched, please consider supporting with a donation. Even the humblest contribution means the world and ensures the continuation of these daily lessons. Thank you for your generosity.
Did you enjoy the video and find it helpful? Please give it a like and leave a comment. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. We have a new lesson every day. And if you've been with us for a while, please consider supporting the channel. There's a lot of love behind these videos. Check out the video description for more details.